Hey guys, it's Katie and welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing like new editions of books that are in my place, whether that's been books I've taken from my nans or books that I've purchased. So it's going to be a big mashup. Basically I am kind of like banning myself from buying as many books, and like what I'm doing is when I read the books I either get rid of them, or if I love them I tend to give them back to my nans, put them on my red shelf, and then I will like swap for other books. And so I've managed to take some more, although I probably shouldn't have, because I went to the Walker Book Fest and ended up getting a little stack of books there, so I've just ran out of room of where to put these books now, because all three stacks by the sofa are completely filled up. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these books, but you know what, she let me take them and that's all that matters. So first of all guys, I'm going to begin with the couple of books that I purchased. This was when I went to some charity shops. So the first of which I picked up The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and I was umming and ahhing about this book. I was like, I don't know if I want to get it or not, because I don't know when I'm going to read it, because it is massive. And guys, just look at the font, it is so small. It contains like over 650 pages. It's crazy, but I've heard really great things about this book and I need to read it, but it's just when I get in the mood to read it. And this was only £2, and I was like, you know what, it's just staring at me, and I had to get it. And the other book that I picked up was from my library sale. This was only £1, and this is A Part of Me by Anuska Knight. And this is obviously a chick lit novel. I'm really into my chick lits at the moment, ever since Me Before You, and I've got a real craving for them at the moment. And this one just sounds like really cool and just interesting, and I'm super excited to give this one a read. So if you guys have read those two books I've purchased, please do let me know what you thought about them, and it might spur me on to give them a read. So guys, now I'm going to move on to the books that I took from my nans, and there are a few of these. I ended up taking another one just the other day and I thought I'd add it to this pile, but I was meant to get it when I went to my nans, and then I got home and I was like, for goodness sake Katie, the book that I was actually meant to get, I forgot. So that book is The Finding by M.E. Walker. She is a booktuber and this is her book, and I believe it's a series, and I've been meaning to read it, I'm meaning to get around to reading it. I just never found the time or the moment, and now I've picked it up and I've got it because it sounds fantastic, and I've had other people that have read this and reviewed it and they said it's really good. So I need to give it a read because she did give it to me, and I'm super excited to give this one a read when I eventually get around to reading it, but now it's in my flat, I'm gonna read it. Then I picked up Sapphire Blue by Kirsten Gier, and this is the sequel to Ruby Red, which has been made into a movie. This one has just come out into a movie onto a DVD, but it's not released in English yet, which sucks so much. But I loved the movie, and I got the movie on DVD and it's awesome. And I loved the first book as well, and I need to get around to reading the sequel as well, because I need to. Like I literally need to. So I had an urge to pick this one up for my nans and I took it. The next book that I picked up is a sequel, and this is Faking It by Cora Carmack, which is the book that comes after Losing It, which I did purchase. It is about here, there, you can just about see it. And I got this one signed by the author that I won from a giveaway. And so I needed to get the first book in order to give this one a read, so I ended up purchasing that, but I was like, but now I need to get the sequel, because if I end up loving that one then I'm going to need this one, and vice versa, so I thought I'd take this one with me as well. The next book that I picked up is Endgame The Calling by James Frey. I know there's a lot of controversy about this book, but I have a massive urge to read this, and it sounds really cool. I just love the fact that there's like a little game in this book, and that you've got to kind of solve it whilst like reading along with it. So I think that is pretty damn cool. And again, I had like a massive urge to pick this one up as well. And the final book that I took from my nans, guys, is Talon by Julie Kagawas, which is the first book that is in the Talon series. I'm really super excited. So I got this, and I also got the sequel from my library, so I can read that. And then this one, so I'm going to read that pretty damn soon, because I managed to actually reserve that, and I'm super excited because Julie Kagawa's writing is fantastic. And come on, dragons guys, I love dragons, so I have a feeling that I'm going to really adore and love this book series completely. I don't know why I haven't started it already, I have no idea why. And the other library book that I've got recently is Skylark by Megan Spooner, and this is the first book that is by Megan Spooner in this series, and I recently got the second book, which will be in my Walker Books book haul for you guys to see. And then when I read this, I can read the second book, and the third book's also in my library as well. So I found it and I was like, the first book is there, I don't have to buy it. So guys, I've had some more books that have come in the mail to me. The first of which is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. It was really cheap on Amazon, and I just decided, you know what, it's been in my wish list, I need to get it, and I prefer reading physical copies the majority of the time lately, so I thought, you know what, I'll take the plunge. It was like £2.81 including postage, so basically I was just paying for it to be posted to me, but you know what, it's still really good for a couple of quid, and I'm really excited because I do own Jennifer E. Smith's other books, so it'll be great to just see what it's like. It seems like a really great summer read. I've then also got some review books that have come in the mail as well, with that being These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly, and she's the author of the Deep Blue series, that's like that mermaid series with the really beautiful covers, and this is her new book, and it's just been going all around BookShoe lately, and I just, you know what, I'm so excited to give this a read. It's actually a lot heavier than I thought, but I'm just really excited to have the physical copy in my hands. So a massive thank you to Hotkey Books for sending this to me. Also by Hotkey Books, they sent me A Library of Lemons by Jo Cotterill, and this one is like a bittersweet tale of a family lost in books. So it's just basically about someone who is normally got their head buried in a book, and then a new girl joins their class who also loves reading, and it sparks a close friendship. And since her mother died, Calypso's dad has grown distant and keeps to himself, but she discovers a sad secret hidden in her father's library. She realises that something is very wrong. Can she rewrite her broken family and find their happy ending? So it sounds really cute. Love the cover to this, and I've heard really good things about this one. And the other book that Hotkey Books sent to me was another book that is in this series, the Wolf Blood series, and I've got Wild City, which is the latest one, and this is by Sharon Gosling. Now this is shown on BBC, and it's obviously like a werewolf sort of series, and I thought, you know what, to have the books to the series, it would be great. So of course having the latest book is great, and then I could just marathon them all together. And I need to read more books that have got like werewolves in, and oh my god, just look at the creepy teenagers, look at their eyes right there, oh my god. So yes, I'm really excited for that. So massive thank you to Hotkey Books for sending me all those 3 books. And then recently a purchase of mine is Sweet Reckoning by Wendy Higgins, and this is the 3rd book that is in the Sweet Evil series, and I am going to be buddy reading this along with Keisha from The Forsaken 707, and that is why I purchased this book, because I'm hoping to get around to reading it at some point this month. If not failing that, then next month, because this month is completely full of readathons, so maybe I'll just slot it in near the end of the month, because the readathons pretty much end like within last week or so of the month. I'm just currently looking at my calendar just to make sure I am right on that. But yes, I'm really excited to just get around to giving this a read. And the last book is another book that came in the mail today actually. And the weird thing was, I was just walking home from London and I was just outside my property, and this guy was writing a note to say that next door had my package. And I was like, hello, I live here, and he was like, yeah, your package is next door, and I was like, oh my god. And so the guy next door, because there's a shop next door, he was like, yeah, it's right here. He was like, what perfect timing is that? And I was like, yeah. So this is the book, and it is Cruel Reality, Games of Life and Death, and this is by C.J. Whitley. And this author, if I remember, they contacted me via email asking me if I'd like to read and review their book. And of course, I couldn't say no because it sounds right up my street. And this is basically So on the back, taken from their lives, their jobs and their families, men, women and children must learn a new way of life, fight or die, there is nowhere to run. And it's just kind of like a really interesting sort of dystopian. I also researched it, had a look on Goodreads, and it's been receiving fantastic reviews, so I'm just like, you know what, it's probably going to be my sort of book. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. Really like the cover to this book as well. Didn't expect it to be as big as this, and it's really heavy, but hopefully I can get around to reading and reviewing this for you all soon. I've also got some more books to share with you, and these are probably going to be the last purchases for a while. These were just a sort of retail therapy spur. I wasn't feeling great, and I saw these were in a charity shop, and I was like, I feel like these are going to be a great pick-me-up for me. So I managed to find some books by Meg Cabot, who is one of my favourite authors. So when I found all these, I was like, oh my god, it's a sign that I came in. These are all 99p each. So I managed to get Queen of Babel in the Big City, and Queen of Babel Gets Hitched. Now these are actually more like of an adult chick lit sort of take, but these were in the children's section, so I'm not sure why they put them there. I think they just assumed because Meg Cabot is a children's author that they popped it there. So it was great that I managed to find these and that they were 99p. I'm just like, I'm really happy that I found these and I can finally get around to reading them, and they're all like really pretty covers. Like, I think they're absolutely gorgeous. They were a bargain. And then the other book that I got is a chick lit novel as well, because I'm into my chick lits lately. I feel like they just sort of boost me up a bit ever since Me Before You. So I found Here's Looking at You by Mary McFarlane, and I do own her the book You Had Me at Hello. So I thought this was great to find this. This is actually like brand new. Like, no one's read this at all, and I think this was only like £1.99 or something. So I got all of these from Oxfam Books in Salisbury, and I thought, you know what, that is awesome. So I'm happy with all of these. My nan isn't really, because I'll obviously be moving back in there, and I've got to take all this and the books that are here home with me, which is why I'm planning on reading a lot of graphic novels, so that I can just give those to a friend or give them to charities, so that I don't take those. And there's 2 piles of those, so then it wouldn't be so bad. But yes, so these are going to be the last purchases for a while, but obviously if anything comes in the mail at my nan's, that's just review books. So I'm going to try and keep my book buying on a lowdown whilst I get my life sorted and into action, because my life needs sorting, and eventually I'm going to be saving up to get my own place that I can actually afford. Yay! So this is like the latest of this book haul, so just thought I'd update you on all that, guys. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys had an absolutely fantastic day, and please do let me know if you have read any of these books down in the comments below, and if you would recommend me to read any one of them pretty damn soon, that would be fantastic. But have an awesome day, guys. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I'll see all of you wonderful people in my next video. Bye!